This is a literacy message from Learning Support Services of PVNC Catholic School Board. Hi there, parents and guardians of kindergarten, grade 1, and grade 2 students. This is a video created to bridge the gap between the important literacy learning your child is doing at school and your support and understanding at home. This video will explore 1. What literacy instruction looks like in our classrooms. 2. How you can support your child's literacy at home. 3. How we are using a universal early reading screener to check student progress. Let's jump into our first topic. What literacy instruction looks like in our classrooms. What does the current language curriculum emphasize? In kindergarten to grade 2, there is a focus on foundational language skills and literacy knowledge, which need to be taught through evidence-based and explicit instruction, often referred to as structured literacy. Structured literacy is the application of years of research in the area of reading. From this research, we are learning more about how children learn to read, how to make sure every student learns to read, and what to do when students struggle with learning to read. Literacy instruction in our board follows a sequence of steps that reliably and effectively develop skilled readers. There are 2 essential skill areas that have to come together when reading: understanding spoken language and decoding print. Let's take a closer look at the first skill. The foundation of reading is understanding spoken language. It is important for students to know and use lots of words. Listening and speaking are important foundations for reading. This includes understanding the meaning of words and communicating ideas clearly through speech using complete sentences. Phonemic awareness is an activity we can do with our eyes closed. It can be developed even before students name letters or can attach sounds to each letter. The sounds in words are called phonemes. Being able to blend sounds into whole words and being able to separate words into individual sounds are essential building blocks of reading and spelling. Now let's take a closer look at the second skill: decoding print. Working with phonemes is important because each sound is represented by letters to write words. The connection between sounds and letter symbols is called phonics. To be able to read, students have to know the sounds and connect those sounds to the correct letters. This is called decoding, or cracking the reading code. When decoding, we connect letters to their sounds and blend those sounds to form words. By teaching using an evidence-based program, students learn to decode and read with confidence. Once students can read a word, they can connect the word to its meaning. If students have a strong oral vocabulary, this connection happens automatically. This connection between decoding and understanding the word is what leads to reading comprehension. When students have grade-level skills in oral language and in decoding, they are likely to understand what they read. Having one without the other is not enough for skilled reading. Oral reading fluency provides the bridge to reading comprehension. We have already learned about what literacy instruction looks like in our classrooms in Part 1. Now let's discuss how you can support your child at home as they progress towards becoming a proficient reader. You can play an important role in reinforcing what has been taught at school, practicing developing skills, and celebrating your child's progress. Keep it fun and use it as a time to connect. A few minutes consistently each day can make a big difference. Let's take a closer look at 4 ways you can support your child at home. We just learned about the importance of your child understanding spoken language. You can play a role in this by talking and listening to your child about anything at any time. Talk about what words mean and encourage your child to use new or more sophisticated words within full sentences. For example, instead of saying that you are happy it's sunny, you could say that you are delighted to see the sunshine. You can also encourage them to narrate their play, and you can model proper pronunciation of words when speaking. Talking with your child will expand their world and expose them to information that will help them become better readers. Next, let's explore how you can practice phonemic awareness skills with your child at home. Remember, phonemic awareness is the ability to blend sounds into words and separate words into individual sounds. You can help your child with this skill by playing games during downtime that allow them to hear a word and then separate the sounds or hear the separated sounds and solve the mystery word. Phonemic awareness games do not require any materials and can happen while taking a walk, driving in the car, or at meals. Now that we have looked at 2 ways to develop oral language at home, it's time to talk about strategies to effectively work on reading at home. Let's start with reading to your child. When reading nightly to your child, you can choose high-interest texts that they're not yet able to read independently. Read books, magazines, and listen to audiobooks with rich vocabulary, complex sentences, and engaging ideas. Stop and talk about the story, or ask questions while you are reading. Reading to your child is extremely valuable and builds knowledge on a wide variety of topics, which is critical for reading comprehension. It is also important for your child to read to you. Let's explore some ways you can make reading practice effective and meaningful. Listen to your child read texts that they can decode. As your child learns new phonics patterns at school, your teacher can provide decodable texts they can practice at home. The texts only contain words with spelling patterns they have been taught and tricky high-frequency words, also called heart words, that have been introduced at school. You will get to witness the sense of pride they feel being able to read independently. All practice at home will make an impact. However, avoid encouraging them to skip the word, look at the pictures, or guess based on the rest of the sentence. If you notice your child getting stuck, prompt them to put their finger under each letter, say each sound, and then blend the sounds together. If the word is a tricky heart word, tell them the word and talk about it together. We have already learned about what literacy instruction looks like in our classrooms and how you can support your child at home in Part 1 and 2. Now let's look at how educators are using a universal early reading screener to check student progress. All Ontario students in Year 2 kindergarten, Grade 1, and Grade 2 are screened at the beginning of the year using a universal screener. Your child was screened using the Acadience Reading Screener. The screener includes 6 brief measures that function as indicators of the essential skills that every child must master to become a proficient reader. The skills include phonemic awareness, letter naming, alphabetic principle and early phonics, accurate and fluent reading skills. These measures monitor the development of early literacy skills to provide timely support and prevent later reading difficulties. When we see these signs of risk, we will be ready to provide early support. We will be watching for these signs at school, and you can watch for them too. The results of the Acadience screener completed at the beginning of the school year will be communicated on the Term 1 report card. It is important to know that checkboxes on the February report card will indicate whether your child met their grade level benchmark on the screener administered in fall. Any student who did not reach benchmark will be screened again in the middle of the year. The results of the middle of the year screener for these students will be reflected on the second term report card in June. Catching risk factors early is important. If your child did not reach a benchmark with the Acadience screener, the educator will communicate the skills they need to focus on and provide you with strategies to use at home to support. At school, we will be working with your child in small groups to focus on the skills they need to learn. Research shows that it is important to act early on reading concerns, and that most reading problems can be prevented if caught early. By implementing structured literacy practices and using a reading screener, we can support essential literacy skill development and support students who need additional help on their reading journey. We hope this brief video provided helpful information about what literacy instruction looks like in our schools, how you can support your child at home, and how we are using a universal early reading screener to check student progress. If you are interested in learning more, visit the Ontario Ministry of Education website, a ministry-supported learning hub called ONLIT, spelled ONLIT, or contact your child's teacher to learn more about their reading progress.